Rachel, we are into the challenges that are you and your partner. Well, not you, but the metaphorical you.
I mean, I'm gonna do the challenge, Mitch.
I think that this challenge is probably one of the most impactful on my personal sex life, which I think is fascinating. And it is to have sex with no goal of orgasm. I'm gonna repeat that.
Yeah.
To have sex, the goal is not to orgasm. We're going to take that out of the equation. It's just have sex and give each other pleasure, the definition that you gave me of sex that I love. So let's start with why this challenge? Why is this the first challenge within this category?
The biggest thing that gets in the way of experiencing pleasure and even reaching orgasm is the pressure that we put on ourselves and our partner to reach orgasm. It is a surefire way to almost ensure that you do not have an orgasm, is to just think over and over and over again, when am I going to orgasm? When am I going to orgasm? What if I can't orgasm? Oh no, this is taking too long, which we've all been there. Like, I have not met a human that is sexually active that has not had the flood of thoughts around, is this taking too long? When is it going to happen? And what it does is it takes us out of the moment, and we don't even get to experience the beautiful pleasure that's happening right then and there. Also, if you're giving pleasure, like let's say it's an oral sex situation and you're giving, thinking, when are they going to orgasm? When are they going to orgasm? Is going to change how you give that pleasure. So if we take it completely off the table and you're just giving to give, it's going to feel different for you. The person receiving it is going to receive it differently, I promise. And you're both going to be so present that you'll probably end up orgasming.
I, I feel like what I'm hearing is that the pressure to orgasm, as soon as you remove that from the equation, it allows you to feel good, make each other feel good, and it'll almost do the opposite, where you'll feel even better because there's not a pressure of an end goal in sight. I think one thing that you've told me in the past is make sure you state that with your partner that the goal is not to orgasm. There's no
Yeah.
pressure to orgasm. Because I think that if you're doing this challenge and you know what the challenge is and
Oh, yeah, no.
doesn't, that's not going to work.
No. That's a recipe for disaster. You're like just laying there enjoying yourself. They're like, what is happening? It's been 45 minutes. What's going on? Yeah, no, definitely both be on the same page. And just kind of, it's not that it's not allowed to happen. We're not talking about like some BDSM orgasm denial. Like that's not what we're talking about.
Yep.
What it is that it's not the goal and it doesn't have to happen. You can decide that that sexual interaction is over by saying, okay, I'm done now. You
Yep.
don't have to end it with an orgasm, which is what a lot of us wait for, right? We're like, okay, it'll be over when the last person in the pair or the group orgasms,
Yep.
instead of it's over when you want it to be over.
One other piece that I think is interesting at this point in the challenge is you get to use all the different things that you've learned along the way. So if you are kind of scrolling, clicking around, watching videos, and you're already in this kind of third world challenge where we're having partnered sex and you haven't done anything prior, I'd recommend you go back and look at all the challenges in solo play, look at all the challenges in having conversations, because this is where you get to bring in verbal talk and bring a toy into the equation. This is where you kind of get to weave all those pieces together with
Yeah.
no agenda other than making each other feel good without that goal of orgasming.
And I mentioned that's such a good point because there's not a better environment to bring something new into when there's no expected outcome, right? If we're bringing something new into a sexual encounter, the worst mindset that we can be in is like, I hope that this new thing doesn't negatively impact the outcome of this interaction. And so if we remove the expected outcome, then we just get to bring the new thing in and experience it for what it is.
Absolutely. Another kind of tip or trick, I'd say, is after that this challenge is done, I like using kind of encouraging words to remind my partner, oh, that felt really great. I love spending time with you. I like being in the bed or on the couch, and reinforcing how good it feels to give each other pleasure, even if you're not going to have that orgasm as a part of it.
Yeah, it reinforces other forms of physical intimacy as well, and like helps your partner know that it's not just when they're orgasming that they like to be with you,
Right.
right? Like, or that you like to be with them. It's like, I love how your skin feels against mine right now. Like,
Absolutely.
there are other ways to say this feels good besides coming.
I also like if you have a mismatched sex drive in the relationship, it helps calibrate it. I've found when you spend kind of physical time together without
Yeah,
that end goal being only kind of an orgasm.
absolutely.
Fantastic. So go have fun, play, and don't come unless you want. Unless